Namaskaram. Welcome to Clyde Samvada, brought to you by Hindu Temple of Scotland. We have Narasimhan here. He had spoken last week about Tirumala Mahatyam. Today he will continue with the topic, and he has got a lot of information about Tirumala Mahatyam. So over to you, Mr. Narasimhan. Namaskaram, Narasimhan.
Namaskaram Jagannathan. It is glad to be part of Clyde Samvada on behalf of Hindu Temple of Scotland. So this is a follow-up episode of what we had last week in this auspicious month of Puratasi. We had Srinivasa Mahatmyam. I will continue a little further. But before that, I would like to start with little Dhyana Sloka and recap just for some of the viewers who have not seen the previous episode. Just a very quick recap. They can go and see the complete video later on.
Okay.
So the one of the Srinivasa Gayatri Mantra, like we have the Gayatri Mantra for all the Devatas. So the Srinivasa Gayatri Mantra is called Venkatesa Gayatri. Om Niranjanaya Vidmahe Nirapasaya Dhimahi Tanno Srinivasa Prachodayat Niranjanaya Vidmahe Nirapasaya Dhimahi Tanno Srinivasa Prachodayat. So this means I pray, I meditate upon Srinivasa, who is not at all untouched by any of, it remains untouched by any of the bonding and the karma, the nirapasaya, because he remains supreme as a Paramatma. I meditate on him. Therefore, let Srinivasa give me all the wisdom, knowledge, and the eventual bhakti. So that is the Venkatesha Gayatri Mantra.
Very nice.
So what we have spoken last week, we all touched very briefly, how Srinivasa came into Tirumala, what we call in the southern eastern ghats of South India, where he got, it's happened in different yugas, but prior to Kali Yuga, how that 7 hills was called as Venkatatri, and how Srinivasa, the Sriman Narayana from Vaikuntha Kshira Sagara came in being there. We all know, I just touched upon how Bhrigu Maharishi went to Kailasha, went to Brahmaloka, then went to Vaikuntha, and then he was not given enough respect. He got a bit raged. Under that rage, he was about to give the curse. Then immediately Sriman Narayana held the feet of Bhrigu Maharishi and pardoned. No, that is not the intention. Then Bhrigu Maharishi also got calm, and it's all some Leela. What are you having in mind? Like that he asked. Then Vishnu said, no, it's all for the upcoming Kali Yuga. The people would need to be blessed, and I'm looking for this place. But even though he had Lakshmi, since her husband Sriman Narayana has been hurt by Bhrigu, that also on the chest where Lakshmi remains, she still got offended because it's her husband, and also she went to Kolhapur, where I was saying in Maharashtra, and went to meditate. But Srinivasa, Sriman Narayana, got alone in Vaikuntha. So as in Vaikuntha, if nothing is there, so there is a another Mangala Sloka of Srinivasa. So it's called Sri Vaikunta Viraktaya Swami Pushkarini Tade Ramana Ramamanaya Venkatesaya Mangalam. So this means, since without the presence of Sri Mahalakshmi, the whole Vaikunta, the Srivan lost interest in remaining in Vaikunta, and therefore he was looking for a Pushkarini, nice Pushkarini. So he came down to Swami Pushkarini, where we touched in last episode, where the Adivaraga Swami is there on the western side of the Pushkarini, the tank. Then he came nearby the southern side, where the current Tirumala temple is there. So whoever goes to Tirumala temple can see there's a big pond, Swami Pushkarini it's called. That Swami Pushkarini side is a small Adivaraga Swami temple. On the other side is the Venkateswara temple. So he came over there, and the Akasha Raja, we all touched in the last episode, wanted her daughter to get married, Padmavati. Mahalakshmi also came, and that's also another reason. If you would have seen Lord Venkateshwara as a Moolava Prabhu, it's very common icon imaging of the Venkatachalapati. You will see on two chests, two Lakshmis are there. It's actually one side, on the left side is Mahalakshmi, and the right side is the Padmavati. Padmavati is what the daughter found by Akasha Raja, same like how Janaka found Sita. So she is equivalent of Bhuma Devi, Padmavati, which is another name is we touched upon Alamelu, Alarmel Mangaitaya, and the Mahalakshmi. So he remained there So he said, from now, all through the Kali Yuga, for all the people who are come to me, I will remain there in Tirumala, in the Saptagiri, 7 hills on the top. By showing my hand, we touched upon like the boon hand. It's called Varantarum Hastam in Tamil. The Varada Hastam, I'm giving ready to give boon if you come and seek my feet. So that's what we touched until the last episode. Now going forward, I will touch a little about the temple information. What are the events? What are the utsavas happening?
Very nice. I'm also very eager to know more about the temple, especially with the knowledge that you have already gathered. So
Yeah, so yes, the temple historically has been developed over centuries and centuries.
Correct.
Only historically we can recollect all like from Ramayana time, Mahabharata time, and all present in our generation or centuries before our ancestors. For example, since Vijayanagara kings, before that the Akasha Raja, their descendants were called Tondaiman Chakravati, and then later on all the patronages were done by Tamil kings like Chola, Pandya and other kings, and also Chaluva from Karnataka, and then in Vijayanagara kings, everyone had done a lot of patronizing. But the current temple, what you see is with the Rajagopura, but we go through the Dvajastamba, Balipita, where we do the Anantakoti Namaskara, Sashtanga Namaskara, and then we go inside. There is all the each of the mantapas are there. Mahamantapam is there, Rangakula, Sesharaya Mantapam is there, all those things. But the Garbhagraha is where the Sanctum Sanctorum is there. So that Sanctum Sanctorum has a tower like a Kumbha Vimana. That Vimanam is called Ananda Nilayam, Ananda Vimana. That's covered completely golden plated. So people who go, all the devotees on pilgrimage, after having darshan of Sri Venkatachalapati, come around the like a parikrama, come around the circumambulating, on that side they can see a good view of the roof, the golden near Ananda Vimana, under which there is also now mark where exactly, because it's huge. When you are inside the Garbhagraha and with so many lakhs and lakhs of people, you get hardly to get to see less than a minute. So you won't even visualize what is there.
Yeah.
So when you come around outside only, then you will appreciate, oh, that's a huge dome of golden plate, good dome. And then there's an arrow with a Srinivasa on the side where exactly he is standing. But for many people knows, but just for information I'm saying, when you do the darshan in the Sanctum Sanctorum, the big huge stone form where Srinivasa is standing is what actually, upon the request of Akasha Raja, he married Padmavati, Lakshmi came and he said, I will remain stand here. So therefore he is in a kind of stone sculptured image, standing for centuries and centuries. That's so huge. And we can see like it is what many Acharyas, many Alwars and other Kirtana people like Tyagaraja, Annamacharya, Tyagaraja, Purandradasa, all the saint Carnatic sages songs have sung so many things on how he looks so beautiful.
Correct.
How he looks, whether without anything like Abhisheka, just with only streak, like then where you can see his eyes, it's called Netra Darshan. Netra means eyes, you can see Netra Darshan, and he remains very slim and majestic and very compassionate. At the same time, after the Abhisheka, he gets beautifully decorated. We don't need to see, we don't need to say anything. Tirumala is the one where the best of decoration happens to Sriman Narayana anywhere in the world or even in the universe. That Ratna Kirita. So like Ramanuja says in Vaikuntha Kanti, how he sees Sriman Narayana Vaikuntha, that words you can actually perceive the same in Tirumala. So he says, Makara Keyura, Hara Keyura, Makara Kuntala, Kirita, Makuta, Chuta, Vatamsa. Like that he keeps on describing how he looks with the beautiful golden and diamond Kirita, and then his face with the ears all decorated, are all around the chest with Lakshmi and Padmavati, with a nice Shanga and Chakra, his weapons. The one thing we need to know is why he holds weapon. We need to always, for the enemies, for the people who doesn't follow Dharma, it remains weapons.
Yeah.
For all other people who follow Dharma, who are devoteful to Sri Venkateshwara, it is a decorated icons. So that's why for us, we still praise Shanga and Chakra or Gata, sword, everything. Because for that we see it as a
Abharanam.
decoration to Abharanam, exactly. The ornamental decoration to Srinivasa. For the non-believers, it is what he says like to demolish like Ravana or Kamsa. It is the actual real weapon.
When you see Tirumala Tirupati decoration, you always feel that Srinivasa Perumal is a Alankara Priya.
Exactly. Vishnu is Alankara Priya, that is a saying. Like then other side, Rudra is Abhisheka Priya. He always want to be in the Gangas being poured over his head. So Vishnu, so like that we have all the decoration of Moolava. There are different Sevas people can see in the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam, like Netra Darshana Seva, Arjita Seva, or other Vasantotsava, all those things people can have a thing. But of course we can't guarantee anything with waiting time being for months and years.
Kalyana
Utsava, all those things. But what I was about to say, within Sanctum Center there are 5 Murtis. One is the very big sanctum like Venkatachalapati, like what I have just said. And the second one is called Bhoga Srinivasa Murti. Bhoga Srinivasa Murti is actually very small. Not many would have able to have a darshan. He is the one who is treated as a young baby living like a small Krishna. So he is the one in the golden jewela like Unjal every night kept as a sleeping like a prince. How you make the prince, son of a king, you go and sleep. We will sing some lullaby for you, all those things. Next day morning they come with a very pleasant music, wake up, Suprabhadam, all those things. Those things happen to that small Murti, which is called Bhoga Srinivasa Murti.
That is within the sanctum.
Within the sanctum.
And we might not be able to see
not
it.
Able to, unless you ask for some Abhisheka, Puja and those Sevas. And the another one is called Kolubu Srinivasa Murti. He is the one who is seated every day morning in a golden throne, Simhasan. To him only we recite, like say you today, Raja asks, is everything happening all good? To the minister come and say like that. To Kolubu Srinivasa Murti only, they recite the Panchanga daily. Panchanga daily, today is Monday, this is Tithi, this is the month, this is Nakshatra, all the Tithi, 5 aspects of the day is called Panchangam. So they recite and also give the account every day. Same like what your typical treasury says to the finance minister or whatever, what is the state of the corporate company or state of the country. To him only, they chant and say what are the accounts, expenses and income. That's Kolubu Srinivasa Murti. Another one is called Ugra Srinivasa Murti. Ugra Srinivasa Murti, it says until 13th century he was actual Utsava Murti. But on 13th century, around some time when he was taken outside procession, some unwanted things happened, like some calamities or those things. So Srinivasa appeared to the priest, the Archagas, saying from now you don't take Ugra Srinivasa Murti anywhere outside. Let him remain inside my sanctum sanctorum. Instead, there is a nearby Malayappa Kona, I think some mountain range. There you go and find a Malayappa Swami, that he will remain Utsava Murti. So therefore this Ugra Srinivasa Murti is always inside the sanctum. But once in a year, before Vaikunta Ekadasi or Moksha Ekadasi, this coming in the month of, normally comes between middle of November to middle of December, in the month of Kartika, is called Kaishika Ekadasi. So the day next after that is called Kaishika Dwadasi. On that day, before sunrise, like 4 o'clock, that Ugra Srinivasa Murti is taken outside procession. So if anyone wants to have his darshan, they should go only in that year, once in a year. So that Ugra Srinivasa Murti is the 4th one. And the 5th one is what we see today in all the channels, YouTube, TVs or whatever, when you go near the Brahmotsavam is happening now. So that is called Malayappa Swami. So that Malayappa Swami is an exact replica of Moolava Murti. He is coming outside procession to give his darshan to the people who could not come, like elderly people or babies or young people, sick people. That's why the procession comes. The procession is called Utsavam. So the deity which is enjoying that Utsavam is called Utsava Murti. So he is called Malayappa Swami. The ongoing Brahmotsavam is actually concluding on 12th, that is this Saturday for this year, which is in Kanya Masa or Puratasi Masa, which I have given the why it is happening in the last episode. So that is the day Kanya Masa Stravana Nakshatra. In Tamil it says Tiruvana Nakshatra. That is the day when, under the request of Akasharaja, he Avirbhavam is that Srinivasa came there. So there is a sloka for that. I will just say this. It's called Kanya Sravane Sanjatam Seshachala Nivasinam Sarvesham Prathama Acharyam Srinivasa Maham Bhaje. So it is like a dhyana sloka. What we say, I am meditating upon, I am doing bhajan of Srinivasa, who appeared in the puratasi month, Kanya Masam, on the Sravana Nakshatra, where Seshachala Nivasinam, in these 7 hills of this Venkatatri Seshagiri, he is residing. And he remains Sarvesham to all the people here. He is the very first Acharya, and I am considering him as my first Acharya, first Guru. On him I am meditating. And then the following, Sravana Divya Nakshatre, Krita Avataram Vibhum, Vishnum Adi Gurum Lakshmiyaha, Mantra Ratna Pratham Bhaje. So it is again on this auspicious day of Sravana Nakshatra, the avatara of Srinivasa happened. Along with him, I am taking, and Lakshmi, as a Lakshmi Narayana, I am taking them as a Adi Guru, and I am meditating on him with this mantra, Om Namo Venkatesaya. So these are the Dhyana mantra. So he remains there, and the Brahmotsavam is ongoing. There is all round the year, there are always the Utsava is happening. Brahmotsava in this month, then you have in Yugadi, there is a Utsava continuing like Vasantotsava, Kalyana Utsava, Vivaha Utsava, and then you have in the Kartigai Margashira month, the Vaikuntha Ekadasi, the Adhyayana Utsava, where they chant and do all the Vedic and Tamil Alwars pasurams. So all around the year there are Utsavams happening. So these are the, I would say, general temple information. Now, these are temple information, but over the centuries, how Alwars and others have perceived, praised, devoted to Srinivasa. Srinivasa, I have probably people would have watched the previous episode as an introduction to Sri Vaishnavism covering Alwar and Acharyas. There are 10 Alwars. Out of 10, except one, because he is only dedicated, devoted to Sri Ranganatha Swami in Sri Rangam. All the remain 11 out of 12, all the remaining 11 of them have praised Venkateswara. So one, that Tondaradipudi Alwar, he praised only Sri Rangam. Another one, Madhurgavi Alwar, he praised only on his Guru, Dhammalwar. So remaining 10 Alwars have praised. So we say like Padinmar Padiya Perumal. Padinmar means 10 Alwars have said. And one among them, I could say, Tirupati Alwar says, Mandipai Vadavenkada Mamalai, Vanavargal Sandhi Seya Nindran, Aranga Taravinanayan, Andipol Nirathadayum, Adanmel Ayanai Padaithadoredil, Undimel Adano Adian Ullatin Vire. What I was about to say, the first 2 lines, what he says, all over the Saptagiri, where it is naturally beautiful, all the monkeys and everyone they play, all that, like a forest. Yes. There, the Sriranga Lord Ranganatha, and from Vaikuntha, he came and stood here, the Srinivasa. For whom? It says, Vanavargal Sandhisaya means even the Devas, all from the Devaloka, they come and praise and pray to Srinivasa on this top of 7 hills. So by this what we know, even though he is Sri Vaikuntha or Kshira Sagara, he come willingly on this earth, where even the Devas come. Now, there is another pasaram of, this is by Tirupati Alwar. There is another pasaram by Nammalwar, to whom he surrendered Saranagati to Srinivasa. And where he says, okay, you have come. And then you are head of all the Devas, and they are coming. Then he says, Yeesan Vanavar Kendral Adu Tesamo. So are you happy that you are just a leader of Devas? See, he is asking that Lord, are you happy you are just because a leader of Deva? No. You are also leader for me, who I have no knowledge, I have committed lot of sins. So even for like a unqualified Janma, Jivatma like me, you are blessing me. That is your speciality. So not, see, basically if you have like a prime minister or president, only reachable to the top class, that's okay. Can a normal public man, layman, can I go and approach him? Can I go and approach, say, for example, just a very simple comparison, not to take it on its face value. People, very children and everyone could go and approach our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. But where every president were like that? No. So they were maintaining at their level. So but this Srinivasa remains on the hills, not only for Devas, but also for all the people in this Bhuloka to go over the 7 hills and praise him. So that is his speciality of that Karunya Guna, that compassion. And Vatsalya Guna means not looking our mistakes, still he is blessing us. You have done so much mistakes, I will punish you. No, he doesn't say. If you are coming here, I will give whatever you want. So that is the other Alwars view prayer to Srinivasa. Then there is another thing, I'll just say. In generally we say, right, where do you live? I live in Glasgow. How do you say in Sanskrit? I just ask you, Jagan Kutra Vasati. I said, where do you live? Vasati means Vasika. Vasam. Vasam means a place.
Yes.
So his place is called Srinivasam because he is remaining there forever. Srinivasam. Now, the another Alwar, he is actually Chera king, like a present Kerala. He was the king of Kerala, Kulasekara Alwar. He is deeply devoted to Rama and Ranganatha, but he has sung 10 pasurams, 10 hymns on Tirupati Venkateshwara. And what he says is, I have been a king, but I'm not here in Tirupati. So basically, when now you are called, where do you live? Glasgow. But if I say I live in Tirupati, means how much I will be happy, satisfied, because I'm living near Srinivasa. So he is Nivasam for Srinivasa. It is also Nivasam for devotees like me. The proximity of being there. So Kulasekara Alwar, he dreamed, what can I do? What can I do? Can I go there? I cannot go. I'm a king. So he started singing. There is the Swami Pushkarini, I told you, right?
Yes.
Swami means supreme. That equivalent word in Tamil is called Koneri. Eri means pond. Kon means king. King or Swami. So there, at least can I born as a cook, like a crane, where the crane, like a stork, the bird that takes fish. So I will be there because lot of fishes are there. I will remain here because I remain in Tirupati.
Yes. I'm close to the Lord.
Then he said, oh, sorry, I can't be a crane because I'm a bird. What if I fly away, which I don't want to do? So he then he changes his mind. Nearby there is a river, nice river flowing. Can I become a fish? I want to born as a fish so that I remain in Tirupati. Then he changes his mind. In summer, what if the river dries off? I will die. Then he becomes, I want to be a permanent river there. Kanarai Payum. Kanara means like present plus small stream, but always ever present. Then he thought, no, something may happen. Why don't you be born as a small flower, like a Shenbaga flower? Then he says, no, flower also may happen. Why can't you buy just as a normal tree? I remain as a tree near Tirupati because I want to be in proximity of Venkateshwar.
Somebody might
like that. Then he says, no, it still keeps slightly away. Why? How can I go into the Garbhagraha? So there he says, when you do Aradhana for all the deities like Venkateshwara, he will bring that holy water comes as a prasad. For that, I need to hold that vattil, that golden pot. I want to be a person holding that pot so that I can be here. So we all dream, right? When we can go to Tirumala, when we can have darshan, can I stay for longer hours? Because every time we say Jargandi. So hardly you get to see less than a minute. Even though they put ramp or whatever it is, never our eyes get satisfaction. Enough time.
Yes.
So we need to catch like a higher frames per second, if I can say. So finally he decided 2 things. Of all the 10%, I think I have now given 7 or 8. Finally he said, I want to be a step. Just before your feet. So that padi means in Tamil is a step. So it's even now today in Tirumala, it is called Kulasekara Padi. Kulasekara, his name, Kulasekara Alwar. So even all the Vishnu temple, the very first padi in front of Garbhagraha, we always say Kulasekara Padi. So because he says, I will remain as a padi so that I can see looking at your face all the time and praying. Can anyone imagine like that? Then he thought, the Alwar is very saulabhya, very humble. See, whatever we can wish. Can it happen? No. Only Paramatma, that is his wish can happen. A baby can only ask for a milk, but it won't get a milk. It is mother who has to give it. Like that he says, oh Bhagavane Venkateshwara, by mistake I have asked all these things. So even asking is a crime. So what should I do? Make something in Srinivasa Tirupati. That's all. So he says, Emberuman Ponmalai mel Yedenum Avene. Yedenum means something.
Something.
Even like a small grain of sand, make me. So that is the way I would say how Alwars have praised, prayered to Srinivasa. Now then comes the Acharyas. So I will just touch only two anecdotes of Acharya. The Sri Ramanuja Acharya. So he spent, before becoming a saint, he learned from his uncle. He is called Periya Tirumala Nambi, the Sri Ramayana. So he stayed in Tirupati for 1 full year learning Ramayana. But do you know how he learned? He never went to hills to learn Ramayana because he thought the whole Seshagiri itself is Adi Sesha. It is the body of Bhagavan Vishnu. I cannot I cannot walk on my feet. So he went on his knees. Even today, closer to that Kali Gopuram or further somewhere, it's very steep. So it's a Mukkali Mottu, Mukkal Mudichi we say in Tamil. So you are not Parvatam. So in your knees get really stiff. So that like that he went only once. Then Srinivasa ordained, no, it's not like that, you can come. But before that, he stayed in Tirupati, at the foothills of Tirupati town. And Periya Tirumala came every day because he was doing a Tirtha Kaingarya for Venkateshwara. He came every day, teaches the 24,000 slokas of Ramayana and his meanings, and then goes back. But the other episode is Ramanuja, we all know. 3 Acharyas. We have Jagadacharyas, Adi Shankara, Ramanuja Acharya, Madhvacharya. They all did a commentary. Commentary means Sri Bhashyam on Brahma Sutra, Veda Vyasa Brahma Sutra. So it's called Shankara Bhashyam and it's called Madhva Bhashyam for the concept of Shankara Bhashyam for Advaita, Madhvacharya's Bhashyam for Dvaita. And Ramanuja Acharya, he did a commentary on same Brahma Sutra which is called Visishta Dvaita. That was blessed by Saraswati itself and therefore it's called Sri Bhashyam. So it is not called Ramanuja Bhashyam, like Shankara Bhashyam or Madhu. It is called Sri Bhashyam. Sri signifies presence of Lakshmi and Narayana.
Yes.
So in that Sri Bhashya, in the very first sloka, the prayer dhyana sloka, what Ramanuja did, I just briefly say. Give me a moment. What he says, praying his Atma, Paramatma, this one, but what Paramatma says is the important thing. He says, Akila Bhuvana Janma Steva Bangadi Lile Vinata Virata Bhuta Vrata Rakshaika Dikshe Sruti Sirasi Vidipte Brahmani Srinivase Bhavatu Mama Parasmin Semushi Bhakti Rupa. What it says very briefly is, the one who created all the universe, cosmos, everything, and sustain, like protecting, and also destroy or layam, like where it's absorbed in a sukshma form, then who does as a play, like a leela,
Yes.
to him, and who by that way he has complete qualities of Bhagavan. We normally say everyone has a Bhagavan.
Yes.
These days, very casually, colloquially. But the meaning of in Sanskrit Bhagavan is completely different at the very highest level. So we even unknowingly we call even non-followers of Adharmic, we say Bhagavan. But Bhagavan means who has 6 supreme quality. It's called Jnana, Bhala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Tejaha. Who has supreme knowledge, who has supreme power, who can do all the amenities in his means. That is Aishwarya. Do I have a car? Yes. Do I have a TV? Like that. He has all the means to achieve things. Aishwarya. Virya. But can he do with full utmost power and unimaginable intensity? Virya. Shakti. Determination and make the things work. Energy. tejas and always remains still unblemished. When we fight something, when I play badminton for 2 hours, I'm completely tired. He never gets. So these 6 supreme quality one who has is Bhagavan. So that Bhagavan to whom he is able to protect everyone. So that is a second line. Third line, so by meditating on this God who has this thing, I am going to interpret, commentate, do the commentary on Shruti Siras means Veda, where Shruti is Vedas, the head of Siras is head of Veda, is Vedantam, Upanishad. For that only Vyasa did Brahma Sutram. I am going to commentate. To do that, I am meditating on Brahman, the Paramatma. He could have just said Brahmani. He just say some form Paramatma, but he next word he says Srinivasa. So to do his work on the commentary Brahma Sri Bhashya, he went to Tirumala, he prayed to Srinivasa, you are the Brahman, you are the supreme creator, protector and destroyer. You are the one having all the 6 qualities. I am meditating on you. Please bless me with a sufficient quality and energy to do this commentary. Therefore, I am prostrating at your feet with all the devotion, bhakti. At the end, it's not that I have supreme knowledge, I remain the topmost expert. No, you should have humbleness, the humility. Yes. That bhakti will become into the moksha, qualified for moksha. So that is another episode where Ramanuja had done. So that gives the Acharya. The third one, you would have seen the final one. When, like you can see in Tirupati, Venkateshwara face, Tirumukha Mantala, there is one nice white thing. People might wonder what is this. That is because of another Acharya, is called Ananthan Pillai. We say Tirumalai Ananthan Pillai, Anantacharya. So Ramanuja, even though he was in Tirupati, he spent most of his time in Srirangam, with the service of Ranganatha. Even at that time, he was wondering about Tirumala only. In those time, I'm saying in 10th, 11th century, no one is complete forest, no one can go. And he was wondering, can someone go and do the daily Kainkaryam service to Venkateshwara? No one is there. It's a full of dense forest, but it has a lot of flowers and garden. Can someone go? Is there any brave people? He was asking something like some 12,000 disciples. Out of what one person stood, Swami, Adiyan can go if you give permission. So he was so thinking, so you are the only brave boy. Like when we say normally, when you challenge someone, oh, you are a real masculine man. Like that he said, you are on Pillai means Ananthan. So his name is Anantacharya. So he called Ananthan Pillai. So he went over there with his wife. In those time, imagine traveling all the way by foot from Srirangam to Tirumala. And he started digging nearby a temple, small pond. He and his wife. And his wife at that time was also close to pregnancy. And he wanted to do. That time, Venkateshwara wanted to test his bhakti. So when they were plugging the land and to make for the pond, he came as a small boy, 12-year boy. Uncle, I can do and ask some help. He said, no. Because he wanted to do all my service to be done by myself only. I don't want any help. That's another form of bhakti. So he did that. So he was chided the boy. After 2-3 days, he went and helped the wife because she is pregnant, and he came to know. He really got angry. No, I told you, right? You shall be done by me and my wife only, even though she is pregnant or tired. So he threw a crowbar. Crowbar is a big thing where you plow the land or whatever. So it's very long. And that hit the boy, and he got hurt here, and the blood was oozing. After that, after his regular activities in the morning, he went to have darshan for Srinivasa. There he saw the Srinivasa standing huge, and there's some blood coming out. Then he realized that boy is actually Srinivasa. He did apology and all those things, and immediately took a camphor. It's not a camphor actually. We say karpuram, pacha karpuram. It's a kind of benzoin kind of chemical. So he took that big load and attached immediately to stop that blood being clot and stop. That is why you see even today only in Tirupati and some other kshetras where Venkatesa is standing, like for example Tiruvallikeni, Venkatakrishna Parthasai temple, you will see that white thing is being applied. Yes. In Tirupati it's applied with the camphor every day. And that crowbar which he hurt, that big thing, even you can see in the main entrance when you walk inside the Mahadwaram, that's a main entrance, you can see it is displayed there on the northern side of the wall. So these are the various things. I would say Tirumala, the Srinivasa Mahatmyam. to conclude how the bhaktis are there, the various form of devotion. As I told, there are various utsavas and things. But in the very beginning of episode, if you can recall, I said, if you ask anyone who is your Kuladevata, if they don't know, say it's a Venkateshwara.
Venkateshwara Swami. Yes.
Have you been to Tirupati? I'm saying even 60, 70 years old, not big transport means. So they have in their own village, Venkatesha's temple, Govinda temple, Srinivasa temple. So for them, Kuladevatas. And everywhere they go and offer for their babies, they offer their head shaven as a prarthana. And even those time people, they do, even now, Anga Pradakshanam, right? People, they roll over their body, not doing the parikrama. Not only in the temple, even in this month of puratasi, even they just do on the roadside.
Yes.
And everyone, they say, even many people, they don't spend, they have a vairagya to big alms. Like Unchavriti or Dhanavriti, they ask for alms, but at least by taking bhiksha, I will go by walk to Tirupati and have his darshan. So these are the height of devotion, what we normally see mainly with Tirumala Venkateshwara. So because he is blessing them, protecting them, whatever they want. Many people, there are a lot of personal anecdotes, so that can go endless, but it is quite known that we all know the significance and how he keeps blessing us. There are other acharyas, like I have mentioned, Purandradasa, Tyagaraja and Annamacharya, but they are more of Carnatic and songs devotees, which I am not actually knowledgeable. Maybe it is sometime later in the future we can have some experts knowledgeable of the kritis, kirtanas, how and all they have visualized Sri Venkateshwara in their devotion. It will be another session we can plan. But I would say maybe to conclude, we'll do the final Mangala Slokam. So, Sriya Kantaya Kalyana Nidaye Nidayetinam Sri Venkata Nivasaya Srinivasaya Mangalam Mangala Sasana Parai Mada Acharya Purogamaihi Sarvaisya Purvaihi Acharyaihi Sakridhaya Sumangalam.
Thank you very much, Narasimhan. It has been great listening to you. As we talk about Srinivasa Mahatyam, probably we would talk of another 2 more episodes. We will talk a lot of things. With this, we'll conclude the episode. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.